Hello, fans. I'm Joe Brody, and I'm coming to you from the Mountain State Sportatorium right here in beautiful Bradley, West by God, Virginia, with American Pro Wrestling, the best wrestling available to you anywhere. And we're going to be right back with the best matches on your television this week. Fans, we're back, and I've got Baron Victor Krause. He is the mentor and the philosophical leader of the Axis of Evil, and I see you've got the Cuban mercenary and another individual out here with you for this interview.
You see, Joe Brody, a few weeks ago, I called the Cuban assassin up, and he sent me a mercenary. Well, now I've been gifted the privilege of bringing you his son, the new Cuban assassin, a man who's a third-generation talent, someone that has the brightest future of anyone in this company, and it has now been but thrust upon me to make him into a star, Joe Brody.
Well, I know that the Cuban mercenary is getting ready to go in the ring and have action in a match right here, but your match, unfortunately, we've got a little issue tonight.
You know, Joe, it doesn't surprise me that the coward I was supposed to wrestle tonight turned tail and ran. But it does not matter, Joe. I don't need to have a match. The mercenary is about to go out there and prove just how good the Axis of Evil is.
All right, fans, the Axis of Evil, Cuban mercenary in action, going to the ring right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a match up here. We have the Cuban mercenary in the ring, and he is going to be taking on the Phantom. Now, the Phantom is someone that I am familiar with. He used to wrestle in the old All-Star Wrestling Promotions, JDR Promotions, here in West Virginia about 24 years ago. So there was a tag team, the Phantoms. Very familiar with them, this Cuban mercenary. And a big shoulder tackle right there sends the Phantom down. Two masked men in the opening matchup here. And the Cuban backing off, giving his opponent an opportunity there. I find that a little a little unusual right there out of the Cuban, but right there, the Phantom taking over, and the mercenary in the arm lock right now. And there you see the Phantom taking advantage of, drives his head into that top turnbuckle. Big shot right there from the Phantom, and I know this Phantom. I've been in the ring with him myself years ago, and he is a consummate professional. Comes out here out of El Paso, Texas, and I just wonder, is this going to be a sign of things to come? Because the Phantoms were an excellent tag team years ago in this area, and he is working over the left arm of the Cuban mercenary right now. Once again, drives his head in, and outside the ring, ever present, we've got the third generation Cuban assassin in the ring, and I do know him as well. Oh, and look at that big hip toss out of the corner right there. The mercenary down, covers his man with a lateral press, unable to get the 3 count, complaining to the referee, Scott Christie, assigned to this matchup, APW referee. And there goes the mercenary, right back on that left arm. The Baron, ever watchful over his protege and his men here in the ring. We've got the Cuban mercenary, who he actually won his way into the Axis of Evil here several weeks ago on television, taking on the Sheik. And the Baron stopped that contest, and right now the mercenary's pouring it on. Fires the Phantom into the corner, catches him with a big clothesline. On the way out, covers his man, lateral press, does not hook the leg, only a 2 count right there. Fans getting on to the referee, telling him he's a little slow on the count right there. I thought it was pretty good myself. Fans, we're here in the Mountain State Sportatorium each and every Thursday night. In the ring right now with a rear chin lock, the Cuban mercenary, showing he was well trained. Both of these men trained by the Cuban assassin. Not the one outside the ring, but the Cuban assassin we know all too well here in APW, former NICW World Heavyweight Champion, former APW Television Champion, former Tag Team Champion, has done it all in the sport of professional wrestling, and he brought this mercenary and his son, now going by the Cuban assassin, into the sport himself. Side headlock applied. Right now the Phantom firing a shot into the midsection, comes off the ropes with a head of steam, and he nails the Mercenary. Scoop and a slam right there. Up and down goes the Cuban Mercenary. The Phantom with a lateral press. Unable to get the 3 count. Did not hook the leg. May very well have had him right there. Goes to a rear chin lock. Referee Scott Christie in there to check and make sure that the Cuban doesn't want to give it up. We've got a lot of Cubans out here. We've got the Cuban Assassin and we've got the Cuban Mercenary. Firing elbows in. Takes his man off. Here he comes off the ropes. Big knee to the midsection. Takes his opponent down. Going to cover him now. Lateral press. And then once again, did not hook the leg. Unable to get that all-important 3 count. The Baron has yet to show any emotion in this matchup. Just his watchful eye. It's very possible but that the Baron could be scouting this Phantom for future entry into his organization, the Axis of Evil, consisting of himself and Sheikh Abdullah Ahmed, and now the Cuban Mercenary and the Cuban Assassin, this new Cuban Assassin, and wants a scoop and a slam down in the center of the ring. And here comes the Mercenary, drops an elbow and missed right there. Phantom had that well scouted. Oh, and the Phantom taking 2 big shots to the midsection right there. Big back elbow, and down goes the Cuban Mercenary. Oh, and look at this, look at this. The Phantom his foot being held right there. And look at the Cuban Assassin draped him over in a schoolboy roll-up right there, and that's going to be it. A win right here on television. A win right here for the Axis of Evil, the Cuban Mercenary victorious over the Phantom. And folks, I've got somebody coming out here to the interview station right now.
Fans, I'm here and I've got James Frost. James, I know you were in the building, but I wasn't aware that you were even going to try to wrestle tonight.
Well, JB, I heard the Baron here has an open challenge. His opponent fell through. You see, me, I've been ready to get my hands on the Baron since he cheated in Fayetteville.
Hey, I tell you what, Baron Krause, we've got an opponent for you. Do you want this man in the ring? Bring it! All right, he's saying bring it on. James Frost, good luck to you. Ladies and gentlemen, our second match up here on television is going to be a substitute match. Introducing first, weighing 331 pounds from Dusseldorf, Germany, this is Baron Victor Krause. And his opponent from Anchorage, Alaska, weighing in at 219 pounds.
An impromptu match set up here, and James Frost must have gotten his gear on pretty quickly during that first match, because I did see him in the locker room prior to tonight's television taping, and he was not booked. He was just here to scout, but I think he's going to take the tiger by the tail here, and he's going in the ring against the Big Baron, and there's the bell. Referee Phil Canterbury assigned to this matchup, and James Frost and Baron Krause have a history against each other. The Baron got a win over James Frost in Fayetteville, West Virginia several months ago on an APW event at the Fayette Memorial Building, and James Frost said he's been looking for revenge ever since. And oh, look at that, the Baron goes for that big shot, and a big knife-edge chop ducked under and fired back on him, James Frost. And there he goes with another knife-edge chop, and the Baron suffering from that, trying to get away from James Frost. Oh, and there you hear this crowd in the Mountain State Sportatorium coming alive for that. And the Baron with a reversal, James Frost hard into the buckle, and here comes the Big Baron. Boot to the center of the chest and the sternum right there, and here comes the Baron again. And this time he caught it, and an enziguri right there. Didn't take him down, but James Frost caught him with that enziguri, and he is being true to his word. He said he wanted a shot at the Baron, and now he's got this crowd behind him. Double axe handle off the middle turnbuckle, and the Baron, discretion, the better part of valor, going to the outside of the ring. And here comes James Frost right out after him here on television. Man, you can hear that shot. Drives the Baron's head into the edge of the ring apron, and another big chop. The Baron rolling back into the ring, trying to escape from the offensive attack of James Frost right here. I can't imagine the Baron not having a plan here. I know this was an impromptu, and there you go. grabbed the man's tights and draped him, guillotined him across that middle rope, throat first, and now he's working him over right here on television. Referee Phil Canterbury putting the count on him. Putting the count on him, and the Baron feels like he's got it going his way now. And the Baron, all 331 pounds down across the back and the neck. Frost once again guillotined, and the Baron springboarding in, landing all that weight on him again, and a 2 count. Frost barely able to snake that shoulder out in time right there. And here goes the Baron working on that nerve hold. And we have seen this, I have explained it time and time again, how very, very dangerous and debilitating a hold like this can be. And the Baron just throws the man off with disdain. The count was put on him for going to the eyes right there. James Frost has had a lot of that fire and fight taken out of him. Now he's firing back. A lot of people don't know Frost has a boxing background, was an amateur boxer with a respectable record before moving into the ranks of professional wrestling, and a big elbow drop, all that weight once again down across the chest of James Frost, and Frost able to kick out, avoid the pinfall there. Arrogant cover by the big Baron. Driving the knee into the spine, cranking back on the shoulders. Now he's putting pressure on the spine, he's putting pressure on the shoulders and the elbows. He's got him in a very precarious position here right now. Referee Phil Canterbury asking him if he wants to give it up. Says he does not want to give it up. The Baron working him back up. Frost fighting it, trying to get back up. Does reverse it now. Now he's got the Baron in the same precarious position. The Baron able to use that weight advantage to his own benefit. Drives Frost face first into that top turnbuckle. And once again, right back to that nerve hold. Rolling back the trapezius muscle, digging those fingers into that nerve underneath. Excellent positioning right there from Phil Canterbury. Able to check and see if the man wants to give it up. Make sure that that doesn't slip into a chokehold. Frost fighting back with all he's got, but I tell you what, this Baron's a lot to carry in the ring. Jawbreaker applied right there. Frost comes off. Oh, and look at that, the Baron caught him with a clothesline and took him down right there. Frost expended a lot of energy just prior to impact there. Arrogant cover once again, and Frost able to get out. Covers his man, the Baron, in frustration. Unable to gain the pinfall, the crowd coming alive supporting James Frost in his efforts to defeat the Baron. The Baron, no fan favorite by any means. Made a lot of enemies on the roster when he was the APW television champion, and since driving all that weight hard into James Frost, trapped between that turnbuckle and the Baron, and just once again, all that weight. He may be unconscious. Frost may be unconscious right here. Baron covers his man, lateral press, and still does not hook the leg. Unable to gain that all-important 3 count. Oh, the Baron's going up. This is very unusual for the Baron. He's up on that middle rope. Oh, 331 pounds. Oh, and he went for that and missed it. James Frost, he gave him enough time to recover. Now Frost coming alive. Delivers a big clothesline to the Baron. Comes off the ropes, hits him with a back elbow, still unable to take the Baron down. Oh, it caught him right there with a big super kick right there. This could very well be it. The Baron trying to roll over. Oh, and the Baron in the ropes. The Baron in the ropes. I thought he had him. I thought James Frost had his victory right there, fans. The Baron into those ropes, and now he's getting this crowd into it here in the Sportatorium. He's going for it all right here. Hooks him in a front chancery. What's he going to go for? No, the Baron reverses, and he caught him with that thumb. He caught him with that Teutonic spike, that thumb, and here it goes. He's got it. He's got it locked in. He's got the body grapevine. He's digging that thumb, that taped thumb, into the carotid artery. He's cutting off the blood flow to the brain. On James Frost, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. Referee signals 1, and that's 2. 1 more and it's over. And that's it. Your winner, Baron Victor Krause, with a victory here on television. Impromptu matchup over James Frost. The fans, we're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back after this with more exciting APW wrestling.
Located in Bassett, Stewart, and Floyd, Virginia, offers martial arts classes specializing in Little Dragons, Taekwondo, Karate, and Sport Karate Competition Team. RMA has programs from ages 3 to adult, including family programs. Grandmaster instructor, 7-time world champion and USMA Hall of Fame inductee Scott Rudder has over 35 years studying and 25 years instructing martial arts. Martial arts can help you increase focus, learn self-control, self-discipline, respect, as well as increase awareness, self-defense, and social skills in a fun and safe environment. For more information, check Rudder's Martial Arts out on Facebook or visit www.ruddersmartialarts.org or call 276-340-3944.
Fans, we're back after that commercial break, and I'm here with the PWL Heavyweight Champion, Lane Callie. And Lane, you've got a matchup tonight. You're going to put that belt on the line, and you're going to put it on the line against the top contender. Yeah, I am going to put it on the line against the top contender. Matter of fact, it's a guy that has a win over me. But before I get to that, I don't always like to look into the past, but I need to. 2 weeks ago, my head got driven into the concrete over there. And quite frankly, I've missed TV. I've missed the bright lights and the exposure. And while I was sitting at home, I realized I don't have anything to miss because I am the bright lights. I am the exposure. And tonight, Bryson Phipps, you might be the champion of television, but I am going to expose that little win that you hold over me was nothing more than a fluke whenever I hit your shoulders on the mat tonight.
All right, fans, big matchup, PWL title on the line. Lane Callie defending the title against the APW television champion, Bryson Phipps, and we're going up to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, our third matchup here on television this week is for the PWL heavyweight title. It is a one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first the challenger. He is the current reigning and defending APW television champion, weighing in at 286 pounds from Summersville, West Virginia, the blue chipper, Bryson Phipps. And his opponent, the reigning PWL heavyweight champion, weighing in at 234 pounds from Bluefield, West Virginia. This is Smokin' Lane Callie. Fans, we have a match up here that would be a marquee matchup anywhere in the Mid-Atlantic region. We've got the PWL heavyweight champion defending his title on television here against the APW television title. The APW television champion. There you see the referee displaying the belt, signifying that this is a title match. The only title at stake here is the PWL title. The APW television title is contractually not at risk in this matchup, which is very unusual in most matches. When the television champion enters the ring as the champion, the title is always on the line. However, contractually in this matchup, this is a PWL title match, not a double title match. Lane Callie with a quick savate kick to the knee there. Looks like he's going to use the Antonio Inoki, Muhammad Ali strategy right there. Cranks that arm over and drops it down across his shoulder. Bryson Phipps backing off a little bit. Here comes Lane Callie. Oh, and Phipps he's holding onto that rope, and you're not going to move that big boy around. Callie with a big forearm shot right there, backs his man in, fires him off in a reversal by Phipps. Here comes Callie and a big back elbow. Takes the heavyweight champion down. Phipps with a clothesline, and he's on fire right now. Up. Samoan drop right there, and Phipps in control, large and in charge right now, covers his man, hooks the leg, only able to gain a 2 count right there. But he is feeling it for sure. The fan support in the Mountain State Sportatorium, the home arena for the APW television champion. Lane Callie fired into the corner, hard into the buckle, and Phipps charged in a little too quickly right there. Callie moved out of the way. Now he's working on that arm once again. That's the same arm he cranked over his shoulder and dropped it down earlier. It appears like Callie has abandoned his offensive attack on the legs. Bryson Phipps is now focusing on that left arm, trying to take some strength away from the big television champion. And once again cranks that arm down, and again, a third time in this matchup, driving the elbow in, pushes his man down face first into the mat, and he's got him in a bottom wrist lock right now, using his body to force Bryson Phipps' body in one direction and cranking that arm and that shoulder back the way that it's not intended to go. Drops the knee now, down across the tricep and the upper arm of the APW television champion. Stomping on that same arm now, and Phipps is in trouble. Phipps is in trouble right now. For a wrestler who mainly works off of power, Callie, the wise champion that he is, trying his best to take some of that power away from the challenger. Boots to the short ribs now. And a big, big forearm shot by Lane Callie, driving his opponent down, covers him. Hooked the leg, only able to get a 2. Referee Scott Christie back out here for this matchup. Excellent APW official assigned here. This match is being fought contractually under PWL rules, which only vary slightly from the APW rule book. We are all under the NICW banner. Oh, and look at that. Callie just cranked that arm over and dropped all his weight down, jerking the shoulder out. Could have very well dislocated the shoulder or the elbow right there. And he's got him now. I'm not sure exactly what this is. He could have him. I thought he was going to go for a Cobra clutch right there or a Shinanumaki, but he's got him in a top wrist lock. Got his man locked in. Phipps, frustration showing on him. He's going to try to come up out of this. Powers his way up to one knee. He needs to come up, regain his vertical base, alleviate some of that leverage and downward pressure that Callie's putting on him, and a single arm DDT drops Phipps down once again, and Callie has yet to relinquish his hold on that left arm. He has focused the last several minutes all of his attack on the left arm. Stomp for good measure right there on the break. Bryson Phipps with a shot to the midsection. Callie with a kick, stopping the momentum cold right there. Lane Callie, this young man has come a long way in the sport in a very short time. He is an excellent wrestler by virtue of the fact that he is a two-time PWL heavyweight champion. And look at this, he's got him in a body scissors and a front face like going for a submission right here. Trying to take the air away from his man, trying to submit him right here. He's got him tied up, unable to pin him from here, but he can choke him out. Oh, and look at this, Phipps powers his way out, and he's delivering blows now on Callie. Fan support strong here. Once again for Phipps, he's favoring that left arm. He fired in some good rights and follows it up right there with a good forearm shot. And he blocks that punch from Callie. He's got him up and drives his man down to the center of the ring, but he does not. He's unable to take advantage. He took as much out of himself with that injured left arm, I believe, as he did with Callie. Callie on hands and knees, trying to work his way back up, and there comes Phipps with a big shoulder tackle right there. Just drove through the PWL heavyweight champion. Phipps can feel it now. He is so close. He is so close to being a double champion right now. Very, very close to that PWL title. Drives in. Look at this. Callie hooked his arm. Callie's got him once again back in that submission. Goes for the body scissors, and he's got that arm locked in to that hammer lock. Trying to submit him. He's trying to submit him. He's worked on that left arm exclusively, other than the first 60 to 90 seconds of this matchup. He's been all over Bryson Phipps' left arm, and he's got him tied up now. And Phipps able to power his way out almost, trying to get to the ropes. Had Callie down. Callie had to relinquish the hold to avoid being pinned right there. And now Callie's going to take exception to the referee for counting his shoulders down. But we all saw it. He was down. Oh, and look at this. Callie went for a body press. Phipps caught him, and now Callie's got it. Drops him over in a neck breaker. And that's it. That's it, your winner. Your winner with his feet on the ropes. You all saw it right there with his feet on the ropes. Lane Callie, the winner. And I'm going to go to an interview right now with Chase Bennett. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still the PWL heavyweight champion, Lane Callie.
Fans, I'm here with Chase Bennett. Chase, I'm going to say, you've set a tall order for yourself. You're moving out of the tag team ranks. You're going after singles gold. You've got a big situation going on, but the man we just saw in the ring right there, the PWL heavyweight champion, Lane Callie. But tonight, you get your shot. You get your shot, young man.
Yes, sir. Everybody gets so hung up on the tag team success that I've had. But long before that, people forgot that Chase Bennett was one of the youngest APW television champions. And I'm here tonight to break out, show not just the people in the Sportatorium, but the people watching at home that I have everything that it takes to be one of the best in professional wrestling, Joe Brody. And that starts in a few minutes.
Well, I tell you what, you've made a very serious impression on the board because you're getting title opportunities. I know you're in line after tonight. No matter what happens, you're in line to get more opportunities against the PWL champion. And that could be title versus title if you come out on top with that American heavyweight title tonight.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Does Chase Two Bells sound good to y'all? I think it sounds good. Does Chasey Two Bells sound good to y'all? Yeah? I think it does, Joe Brody. It's live. We're about to have us a damn good time.
All right, fans. There you have it, Chase Bennett. We're going up in the ring for more action right now. Fans, we're back after that commercial break, and I am here with the NICW World Tag Team Champions. And guys, welcome back to the Mountain State Sportatorium. It's been a while since you've been here. The last time you were here, you did not have that gold.
You know, we went all the way in the tournament. And a few weeks ago in Stewart, Virginia, we were challenged for a match tonight against who were the current APW Tag Team Champions, the Superstar and the Super Destroyer. Well, so during the last few weeks, there's been new champions. A team by the name of Country Rose. Well, Country Rose, congratulations. You're the APW Tag Team Champions. That gives you the right to challenge for the World Tag Team titles because you're the #1 contenders. But John, I told everybody all along, it doesn't matter who you put in front of Team USA. We are fighting champions. So it doesn't matter who we face. Tonight, the results are going to be the same. Tell them, Tony.
Just like he said, it does not matter who faces us. Because just like every single night, like I always say, Team USA is going to go all the way. And we're going to still be your NICW World Tag Team Champions. So Country Rose, we'll see you later tonight, baby.
All right, fans, we're going to have that match later on. Right now, the champions making a strong statement saying they're going to take on whoever is the top contenders. We're going up to the ring right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is a special one fall with a 15-minute time limit. It is for the American heavyweight title. Introducing first the challenger, weighing 238 pounds. From Charleston, West Virginia, this is Chase Bennett. And his opponent, the defending American heavyweight champion, weighing 263 pounds, out of Los Angeles, California, this is Jeff Paul. All right, fans, there you see in the ring, after that interview from the World Tag Team Champions, we've got an American heavyweight title match in the ring. Jeff Paul defending against top contender Chase Bennett. Bennett determined to regain singles gold here in APW. He has had a series of matches against Lane Callie and come also very close on several occasions. We just saw 2 weeks ago that match ended in a double count out, both men outside the floor after Chase Bennett DDT'd Lane Callie. on the concrete floor right here in the Mountain State Sportatorium. And in the ring now, Jeff Paul is no easy task for any wrestler in NICW or APW or PWL. He is a two-time American heavyweight champion. And referee Scott Christie assigned to this matchup once again. Collar and elbow lockup, Chase Bennett, the more powerful of the two, I would wager, but Jeff Paul with that height advantage, he's going to have the leverage. Oh, and a big chop right there. And that didn't hurt Chase Bennett in the early stages of this match as much as it just shocked him into the reality that he is in there with the American heavyweight champion. Collar and elbow lockup once again in the ring, and once again Jeff Paul using that superior height and leverage advantage. And this time he went for that chop. Missed it. Chase Bennett ducked under, fires in two of his own. Goes to fire Jeff Paul into the corner. Paul out. Big high back body drop right here in the Mountain State Sportatorium. And Jeff Paul seeks the safety of the ropes right there. The referee holding Chase Bennett back. Chase probably should have pressed his advantage right there. Thrown the rule book out the window for just a moment. Pulled Jeff Paul back to the center of the ring, but he's going to stick with his strategy. Thus far, it's working for him. Oh, and look at this. A boot to the midsection right now, and Jeff Paul driving in the forearms, double axe handle between the shoulder blades, taking Chase Bennett down, side headlock applied in the center of the ring. Bennett takes him back to the ropes, fires him off. Here he comes. Hip toss by Bennett and an arm drag. Bennett with a drop kick now, using all of that quickness to his advantage. I'll tell you what, Bennett is more of a power grappler on the mat, but he can fly if the need calls for it. And he is fired up here tonight. I know I've known this young man for about 2 years, and look at this. He fired Paul in. Paul, like a cat, up and over and out on the floor. Going to take advantage of the rules, take a little break, bust the momentum up here. Chase Bennett had a little bit too much going his way in that matchup. Referee's going to back him up, say you got to let the man back in the ring. Jeff Paul taking advantage of that count, and Chase Bennett broke it up, giving him even more time out here. This match is a special 15-minute time limit matchup, but right now, Jeff Paul, the wily veteran that he is, oh, and look at this, he caught him on the way in. Well planned and executed right there. I wouldn't say that it's the best of morality, but Jeff Paul with a leg drop right there, hooks the leg. Chase Bennett down on a 2 count. Paul a little frustrated with the official here. Big right hand shot right there. And I'll tell you what, these are two men that are capable of really dishing it out, but both of them capable of taking it as well. And there you see the strength on display of Jeff Paul. I haven't mentioned it in quite a while, but Jeff Paul, quite an athlete, was a semi-pro and college football player before moving into professional wrestling. Chase Bennett, an amateur wrestler in the high school and college ranks right here in West Virginia. And Jeff Paul got him draped over the ropes right now, just applying pressure, choking him out. The fans all over Jeff Paul. They want Chase Bennett to take that gold home. Bennett's been a fan favorite here in APW for going on 2 years now. Reverses that Irish whip, fires the champion hard into the buckle and down. Both men right now, early stages of the match, high impact match, had a lot taken out of them. And Jeff applies a chin breaker right there. Here he comes. Oh, and there's that European uppercut, and here comes the Bulldog. Down goes Chase Bennett. Face first, hard into the center of the canvas. Referee Scott Christie making the count. Paul had the leg hook. Still unable to hold Chase Bennett's shoulders down. Bennett, a powerful, powerful wrestler. If you put these two men in the gym on the weight rack, I would wager to say, despite the fact that Paul is a taller, leaner individual, well-muscled himself, that Chase Bennett could probably push more iron than Jeff Paul just by sheer weight. And as a trained amateur wrestler, you're going to have a devil of a time putting his shoulders down to the mat for a 3. But that DDT right there may be the way to get it done. Paul with a lateral cover, hooked the leg, only got a 2 count. Only a 2 count. Paul picks his man back up, delivers a big hard forearm shot right there in the chop, backs him into the corner. Once again, using the boot on the throat to choke him out. And Jeff Paul with the advantage here. Here he comes, and what's he planning? All the way across the ring, here he comes with a head of steam. Oh, and look at that, drove the entire weight of his body in on the solar plexus of Chase Bennett, now dragging him out where he's easy prey for that pinfall. Hooks the leg with a lateral press. Unable to get him, can't hold him. Bennett's still not out of this contest, but he needs to turn this thing around pretty quickly right now. Shot to the midsection, follows it up with a second one, backs Paul into the corner. Now a knife edge chop, goes to fire his man off. Paul into the corner, and here comes Bennett. Big clothesline, using all the weight of his body, and here he comes again. And a second one, and Paul is on wobbly legs right now. Chase Bennett hooks him up and over, big suplex in the center of the ring. Here in the Mountain State Sportatorium, covers his man. Hooked the leg, only able to get a 2. Only a 2. He was so close to gaining that gold that he wants so badly. Now Jeff Paul begging off. Oh, thumb to the eye. We should have known better right there. Bennett goes to the corner. Boot to the midsection applied right by Jeff Paul. Now he's pulling on the hair. Referee Scott Christie putting the count on him, but he's doing the damage right here. Definitely damage done right there. Insult as well as injury. And back in the ring is the champion, the American heavyweight champion. Picks his man up, fires a shot in, and a big knife edge chop fires him off. One side to the other, off comes Bennett, and a big boot takes him down. He's going to need some dental work after that one. He took that size 13.5 of Jeff Paul right to the mush right there, and here comes Paul with a knee drop hard down on the forehead. Covers his man, hooks the leg once again, and you hear the crowd, the chant coming alive here. Jeff Paul sucks. You're going to hear that in just about every arena that Jeff Paul appears at. Fans do not like him, but you cannot take away the fact that the man is a champion, and he is putting it on the line right here on television against one of the top contenders in APW. Bennett ducks under a clothesline. Able to catch Paul with a clothesline, now with a back elbow, and he's fired up. He's got him, big scoop and slam, takes the larger, taller champion down, covers him, hooks the leg. 2, only 2 right there, only a 2 count. So close once again was Chase Bennett to walking out of this arena as the American heavyweight champion. Hard shot. Bennett fires his man off again. Paul up and over. Avoids it right there, and that European uppercut in the corner right there. There comes another big knife edge chop. Now Paul feels like he's got it going his way once again. Brings his man out to the center of the ring and hooks him up and over. Big vertical suplex. Down goes Chase Bennett. Paul rolls over. Is he going to go for a pinfall here? No, I don't think he is. He's setting him up, and I think we know what he's going for here. Look at this. We've seen this on several occasions. He's standing on the hair, pulling the man's arms up. Just insult to injury right there, against the rules for sure. And here comes Jeff Paul, and I know what we're going to see here. We've seen it before. That springboard splash that he uses so well. Up, 1, 2, and down onto the knees. Bennett had it well scouted. He's seen it before as well. Covers the champion, hooks the legs, got him rolled up. Unable to get it, only a 2. Only a 2 count right there. And I tell you what, this has been a hard-fought contest. We're well past the 10-minute mark in this matchup now, edging up on that 15-minute time limit. They're trading blows now in the center of the ring. Both men have lost their composure now, firing in chops on each other. Man, they're definitely slinging the leather on each other now. Both men come off. Both men down with a clothesline. They had the same idea right there. Double clothesline, both men down. Referee Scott Christie putting the count. Somebody needs to get to their feet, and quickly right here. Jeff Paul rolls over. He's close to making a cover right here. I'm not even sure if Jeff knows where he's at right now. Both men up on hands and knees right now. Jeff Paul with a clothesline. Chase Bennett ducked it, catches him with one of his own. Back elbow, drops him down. Paul swings again, and there's that German suplex. And Jeff Paul out on the floor. And this crowd is behind Chase Bennett, firmly and 100% behind Chase Bennett. Now Paul's going to try to come back in the ring with that title belt. The referee, Scott Christie's going to have to put a stop to this. He cannot use that belt. The referee's got the belt. Oh, and look at that. Paul right there with a low blow. And there's that spear. That's going to be it. That's going to be it right there. And that's it. Lateral press, 1, 2, 3. Your winner and still the American heavyweight champion of fans. I'm going to go to an interview right now with Anthony Rucker.
Fans, I'm here with Anthony Rucker, and Anthony, you're getting an opportunity later tonight after we go off the air. You're one of the highly rated and you're highly rated in the cruiserweight division, and we have for the very first time the new NICW cruiserweight champion, Casper O'Neill's here, and you get your shot.
Heck yeah. I just want to say I am very grateful for being here again. But here's the thing, I'll be even more grateful when I walk home tonight with the NICW Cruiserweight Championship around my waist tonight, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what, you made a believer out of a lot of fans here in APW in a very short time, right here in the arena, and on other events in the last week or so. You're really coming on strong, and you're getting rewarded with title opportunities, so good luck to you, young man.
Thank you, sir.
As we're going to commercial break, we'll be right back after this.
Cowboy Jim's is now Grundy Flea Market. New ownership, same friendly vendors. Huge selection of merchandise with knives of all types. Tools galore, mechanics tools, garden tools, general merchandise. Anything you want. Men's clothing, women's clothing. Books, albums, CDs, household furniture of all kinds. Quality, styles, and types. Home decor. Handcrafted leather goods, quality, unique items of interest, even pool tables and mini golf. Open Thursdays, noon to 5, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 6 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5. Come on out to Grundy Flea Market and find out where the deals are in your area. We want to see you.
Fans, we're back, and I am here. I'm proud to be here, happy to be here with the APW Tag Team Champions. Kevin Tyler, Anthony Xavier, you guys defended those titles successfully at Bridge Brewworks here recently, and you get your opportunity, you get your shot. Originally, when this match was signed, it was not you guys, but the contract was for the #1 contenders who hold those titles. So you guys, by virtue of winning those belts from the Superstar and Super Destroyer, you are the #1 contenders to those World Tag Team titles.
That's right.
And you're getting an opportunity right here.
American Pro Wrestling, let me hear you, baby. Let's make some noise, huh? Joe Brody, how fate works in mysterious ways. Me and this man was chasing singles gold, but we wound up being a pretty good tag team. So you know what? Now the American Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions is wrestling NICW Tag Team Champions, Team USA. So Anthony, what do you say we got a little bit more pound to that waist here and maybe some more on our shoulders? Heck, let's go for some more, baby. You ain't no stopping us, Joe Brody.
Anthony Xavier, you're getting your opportunity. World Tag Team titles on the line.
Bradley, let me hear you. Team USA, let me tell you something real quick. We are not what anybody has ever expected.
Nope.
We came in here and we changed the game just like that. And tonight, we're coming for those belts just like we came for the belts that we're wearing around our waist. So tonight, Big Kev and X-Man, we're going to give it to you.
That's right, baby.
All right, fans, we're going up to the ring for a television main event. I am ready. World Tag Team titles on the line. We're going to the ring right now. #1 contenders. This is Kevin Tyler and Anthony Xavier, Country Roads. And the reigning and defending NICW World Tag Team Champions,
weighing in at 476 pounds from Martinsville, Virginia. This is Dragon Scott Lee and Tony Ray, Team USA.
All right, fans, we see the belts being displayed to the challengers right there, and we have a match up here. This is a match, once again, here worthy of a main event anywhere in the Mid-Atlantic region, anywhere in NICW, APW, or PWL, or Maximum Velocity Wrestling member promotions, along with Top Notch Wrestling Alliance, in the under the NICW banner. And what we've got here are four guys who respect each other very much and respect the belts and the sport, and we're going to see what I feel like is going to be a very, very competitive sportsman-like contest. What I do expect to see is the APW Tag Team Champions going all out to win those World Tag Team titles, but I expect Dragon Scott Lee and Tony Ray to fight equally hard and maybe even a little more aggressively to retain them. Team USA won those belts in a tournament final just about 2 short months ago, have made several successful defenses in member promotions, and now they're here in the Mountain State Sportatorium for the first opportunity on television to defend those tag team titles, and they are here to take on the best, and that's right now the APW Tag Team Champions, Tyler and Xavier, collar and elbow lockup in the center of the ring. Dragon Scott Lee with Kevin Tyler, the Dragon, cranking that arm up and over, working it over. Dragon, an accomplished martial artist, 5-time martial arts world champion. And look at this, a reversal by Kevin Tyler and returning the favor on the Dragon. You got Tony Ray on the other side there, 1/2 the World Tag Team Champions, an accomplished amateur, very much like Chase Bennett we saw in action out here earlier, a high school and collegiate wrestler, and strong, just absolutely bull strong right there. Scott Lee going to the ropes, forcing the break, a smart move by the champions. And fans seem to be a little split in their allegiances in this match. Both of these teams are very, very, very liked by the fans, but they want to see a good athletic contest, and the titles are on the line right here. And look at this, Dragon Scott Lee thinking better of it. Not going to get into that Greco-Roman knuckle lock with a man that's that much larger and obviously more powerful. Scott Lee needs to stick with what he knows, with his speed, his quickness, and his martial arts prowess. Leave the grappling and the high flying to his partner, Tony Ray. But they are going into it, the Greco-Roman knuckle lock here. And I expect Kevin Tyler to come out on top of this contest. He has a height advantage, he has a weight advantage, and clearly more powerfully built. But Dragon Scott Lee holding his own right now in the ring. I'll tell you what, surprising us all. Fighting for a bit of leverage and a little bit of an advantage here, and both men, there they move in together, and they're both cranking down on it right now. Dragon Scott Lee, I'm surprised, absolutely holding his own, but I think right now, yes, I thought Kevin Tyler was getting ready to get an advantage on him right there. Referee Phil Canterbury, troubleshooting NICW referee sent in here specifically for this title contest tonight. And into the ropes and a clean break by both men. As I mentioned earlier, a little bit of sportsmanship, shaking hands there. This is going to be a very clean-fought athletic competition, and that's what it says on the marquee, is professional wrestling, and that's what you're seeing right here in APW. Coming to you from the Mountain State Sportatorium, and in comes Tony Ray and Anthony Xavier. And once again, the challengers are going to have an advantage in height, but this time the edge in power is going to go to Team USA. Tony Ray, a compact, powerfully built individual, one of the strongest wrestlers in the NICW, pound for pound. Side hip lock right now applied in the center of the ring, and a headlock takeover. Anthony Xavier taking over, and I'll tell you what, as good a wrestler as Anthony Xavier is, he does not want to be down on the mat with Tony Ray. Referee Phil Canterbury in there checking the shoulders, making sure that he's not pinning the man. Excellent camera work here by our staff at In-House Studios and Productions. Anthony Xavier able to work his way back to a vertical base. Oh, and he worked his way out of that. I thought he was going for a top wrist lock, but he cranked that arm down on Tony Ray. Now he's working it over. Tony Ray rolls through it, and a reversal right now, and he's got the advantage. And now this time it's going to be Tony Ray cranking that arm down across his shoulder, putting the pressure on the wrist, on the elbow, on the shoulder, all the way back into the scapula, the traps and the lats. Now he's worked his way into a top wrist lock, and he's taking him down. That power I was talking about earlier on display right there. Anthony Xavier in a very precarious predicament right now, needs to try to work his way out of this however way he can. Fans starting to come alive, and there he does. He reverses it. I thought he was going, yes, he's got a hammer lock right now, able to reverse it on Tony Ray. Tony Ray goes in, hooks that arm, and an excellent fireman carry takeover, and goes right back to that arm. Basic professional wrestling. It's going to work every single time. You can hear the fans. They're into this matchup. They want to see a new champion crowned here. World Tag Team Champions on television, putting it all on the line against the number one contenders, the APW Tag Team Champions. Xavier and Anthony had oh, look at this. Waistlock takedown. Tony Ray showing that amateur prowess right now. He's working over the taller Anthony Xavier. He's riding him. He's got that waistlock tied in there. And once again, Tony Ray takes his man down. Waistlock takedown, floats up into the side headlock. Anthony Xavier is going to work him back into the ropes, very dangerously close to the corner of Team USA right there. A big shoulder tackle by Tony Ray. Crosses over off the ropes. Here comes Tony Ray, and a big hit. Oh, look at that. Tony Ray landed on his feet, and a big drop kick right there. And a drop kick in return right there from Anthony Xavier. Tit for tat. What's good for the goose is good for the gander right there, and what a stare down. These two teams are letting each other know right now, by God, they are both in this thing to win it. And another tag from both teams, and in comes Kevin Tyler and Dragon Scott Lee for their second appearance actively in the match, circling each other. Collar and elbow lockup once again. Dragon Scott Lee with the arm, cranks it over. Now he's going to make the tag. We're going to see a little bit of teamwork now. The feeling out process is over with right now. And that was clean. That was within the count of 4. Perfectly legal to double team before the count of 5 on the tag. Tony Ray with a side headlock right now on Kevin Tyler, and Tyler fighting his way back out. Looks like he's going to go for a top wrist lock here. If he can get it, he's almost there, and yes, he does. Works it into a top wrist lock and right back into a side headlock of his own. You're seeing some excellent professional wrestling in the ring right here from these guys. Tony Ray backs his opponent in, fires Tyler off. Tyler with a big shoulder tackle, and down he goes, covers his man. Lateral press, 2 count. Referee Phil Canterbury signifies it was a good solid 2, but nowhere near the 3 right now. Tyler hooks Tony Ray. Looks like he's going for a suplex. Oh, and he's got him up for a big high vertical suplex right there. Took him down and makes the tag. Tony Ray wisely tags in Dragon Scott Lee. And right now, oh, and here, Dragon Scott Lee just saw Tony Ray get bested in the ring at his forte, which is grappling. That's got to put a little bit of doubt in the back of his mind. He's going to wonder, what's he going to do here? Goes in for a waist lock of his own, leg trip, single leg, takes him down, floats up into a front chancery. He's got Kevin Tyler down in a predicament here. Referee in to check and make sure that Kevin Tyler doesn't want to give it up, or that Dragon Scott Lee hasn't slipped that forearm either purposely or inadvertently in across the throat. Tyler back up, fires a shot, and oh, and he's got him up. He's got him up. And look at this, a little too close to the corner right there. And Tony Ray made the tag, and oh, and look at this, he just drove a shoulder. He just clipped Kevin Tyler in the back of that leg. Now he's working it over now, and he's going after it. Drops all of his body weight down across that leg. And now, like sharks with blood in the water, Team USA senses that they have an advantage, and they're going to press it. They're going to press it just as hard as they can right now. Kevin Tyler, we saw just a few weeks ago here on television, T.J. Walker worked over that same knee and that same leg of Kevin Tyler, and that very well that is a videotape that could have been studied by the World Tag Team Champions. They knew who they were facing coming in here. They knew that they were facing champions in their own right and the number one contenders, and there's the tag, and back comes the Dragon. Shot to the hamstring, kick, flat of the foot, perfectly legal within the 5 count. Dragon fires his man off. Kevin Tyler ducks a clothesline. Both men once again double clothesline down, but Kevin Tyler favoring that leg. They've done some damage right now. He's moving, but he's unable to get back to his vertical base, get to his feet. Dragon Scott Lee's had a little something taken out of him. Both teams going for the tag here. And there it goes. Both men in, fresh men right there, and in comes Anthony Xavier, and he's fired up. He's taking on both men right now. Whoa, hold on, out here comes T.J. Walker. He just ran Kevin Tyler's head into that steel ring post right there, throwing Tyler back into the ring, and Dragon Scott Lee going out to take on Kevin Tyler outside. Kevin Tyler pinned. He's pinned. Your winners right there. Team USA retain the World Tag Team titles here on television. I'm going to get T.J. Walker over here.
T.J. Walker, we just saw once again your dirty tactics. You just cost these guys potentially the World Tag Team titles.
It doesn't matter who wins or who loses. I'm going to be the next tag team champion. Between me and Dixon Bad, the Appalachian Express is about to take over. Nobody else is going to get those belts before we do. Kevin Tyler's head can bust open on the ring post. Team USA can head right back down the road where they came from. It doesn't matter. We are going to be the next tag team champions. It doesn't matter which one it is. It doesn't matter if anyone likes it or not, because that's the way things are going to be around here. Things are about to change.
All right, fans, what a way to end our action-packed hour of American Pro Championship Wrestling. American Pro Wrestling right here. I tell you what, I'm absolutely tongue-tied because I can't believe what I just saw, fans. I'm Joe Brody coming to you from the Mountain State Sportatorium. Catch us next week. Say so long from the Mountain State.